So welcome you all. Let us start to discuss facts about सिविल्स एग्ज़ाम. मैं शुरू करता हूँ. इंडियाज़ जॉब क्राइसिस. Needless to say that many of young ones are unemployed in our country, and the menace of unemployment is posing a threat towards misdirection of the young energy of the country. According to one opinion, India will need to create 70 million new jobs over the next 10 years. However, only 24 million will likely to create, leaving behind 46 million missing jobs. And from this lens, a growth rate of 6.5% will solve a third of India's job problem. Even in the agriculture sector, things are हमारे ग्रामीण लोग हैं या तो जहाँ पे बेहतर रोज़गार, अधिक संख्या में रोज़गार अवेलेबल है, वहाँ भी खेती से प्लान की प्रवृत्ति देखी जा रही है. या ऐसा भी है कि ओवर द सेम पीस ऑफ लैंड more laborers are put, and that's why there is a state of disguised unemployment. And also on the product side, laws of marginal diminishing return is seen. See some more facts about job crisis in our country. The context is India is facing a job crisis marked by low labor demand for wage work. A status of high unemployment rate in India. The unemployment rate in the country has constantly increased over the last 2 decades, say from 2% in 2010 to 5% in 2015 and 6.1% in 2018. According to the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, CMIE, it was over 7% for most of year 2021 and 2022. Over 42% of India's graduates under 25 were unemployed in 2021-22 as per the State of Working India 2023. Despite a rise in these GDP growth during the 2000s, the unemployment growth rate remained unresponsive, indicating a phenomenon of jobless growth. Now come to see the wage employment. Regular wage jobs, formal, structured positions with fixed salaries found in government organizations, private companies, and multinational corporations. Next one, casual or daily wage labor involves daily wage labor prevalent in sectors like construction, agriculture, and unorganized labor markets. This is the wage employment. Next one, casual or daily wage labor. Next, come to self-employment. Entrepreneurship, individuals engaged in entrepreneurial activities, running small businesses or enterprises such as shops, local services, or manufacturing units. Farmers, agriculture serves as a significant source of self-employment, with individuals owning and operating farms independently or as part of a family-run enterprise. Freelancing and informal work reflects the gig economy trend, with individuals working as freelancers, consultants, or in part-time roles. Now, causes for high unemployment. Structural shortfalls. In the past 40 years, economic growth in India has added a structural shift away from agricultural jobs. However, this has mainly moved to construction and not to high-value sectors such as manufacturing or services. In the non-farm sector, the link between GDP, gross domestic product growth, and the pace of job creation has weakened over time, leading to rising unemployment. Shortfalls with social infrastructure. While India has made huge progress in improving its physical infrastructure, it has fallen behind on human infrastructure like education and skills. Urban-rural disparity. Physical infrastructure investments are focused more on urban areas, which benefited in the 1990s. However, from 2000 onwards, with the pace of de-urbanization of manufacturing gathering momentum, the manufacturing sector is migrating away from urban to rural area to remain cost competitive. However, poor physical and human infrastructure in rural areas has constrained the growth drivers and limited the size of the manufacturing sector in India. Education skills mismatch. Jobs catering to the qualifications of graduates who have studied subjects like agriculture, history, English, philosophy, and communication are difficult and increasingly impossible to come by. On the one hand, the young find themselves overqualified for manual labor jobs. On the other hand, they lack the technical skills needed for high paying jobs in IT and professional services. In the absence of a stable employment in the private sector for this section, many turn to government jobs. However, a rapid increase in the supply of educated youth, coupled with a gradual reduction of public sector vacancies, has resulted in a stiff competition for even the most junior positions in government offices. Now, jobless growth in India, two types of jobless growth in India: weak responsiveness. Automation and tech introduction lead to jobless growth, but increasing GDP can still boost employment. High responsiveness in India, labor productivity growth is strongly linked to output growth. So even though GDP increases, output will increase only if labor productivity increases. The fact, work responsiveness, high one. Social impact of employment in India. Marginalization of a people. Prolonged unemployment leads to the erosion of skills, reducing employability even when jobs become available, perpetuates a cycle of joblessness as skills diminish over time. Then come to social unrest. High unemployment can result in dissatisfaction, social unrest, and various forms of manifestation such as protests, crime rates, and civil unrest. Then come to the migration. High unemployment often drives rural to urban migration in search of a better opportunities. This migration can strain urban infrastructure, leading to the development of slums and inadequate living conditions. Impact on education. Impact on education. Financial struggles due to high unemployment may deter families from investing in education. Immediate earning potential may take precedence over education, perpetuating a cycle of limited opportunities for future generations. Next point, disproportionate impact on social groups. Disadvantaged groups like youth, women, rural laborers, minorities, and scheduled castes are disproportionately affected by unemployment, exacerbates existing inequities in society. Next point, increased crime. Lack of lawful income sources due to unemployment can drive individuals towards illegal activities. Unemployment is linked to higher crime rates in affected areas. Various approaches to growth and employment. Keynesian theory emphasizes aggregate demand as the key factor influencing employment. Fiscal policy is seen as a tool to boost labor demand by stimulating output. Mahler and White strategy. identifies availability of capital goods as the primary constant on output and employment, advocates for policies promoting heavy industrialization. Structuralist theories based on experiences of developing countries highlights agrarian and balance of payment constants on output. This led to a significant policy debates in India during the 1970s and early 1990s. Common presumptions across these frameworks increasing the output growth rate in the non-agricultural sector was believed to be sufficient for boosting employment growth in the formal sector. Contemporary challenge, recognition that addressing the employment challenge needs a separate policy focus on employment, not just relying on more rapid GDP. A very important point. Now come to the measures to address unemployment. India needs good infrastructure, both physical and human, to create more jobs. There has to be a convergence in the paths of urbanization and industrialization to streamline job creation. Tier 2 cities should be focused as these new cities have the potential to generate 70% of the country's new jobs and GDP over the next 20 years. Next, come to a national employment policy. Implement a focused policy considering both the demand and supply sides, enhance workforce quality, bridge skills gaps, and create public jobs. Urban Engine Narega introduced an urban version to provide income security for informal jobs and create public assets in urban areas. Industrialization and agriculture investment. Rapid industrialization and increased investment in agriculture create more jobs and boost productivity. Next point, diversify agriculture and promote agro-processing. Shift to labor-intensive crops, promote agro-processing for export, reduce wastage, and increase value addition. Expand education and healthcare. Enhance human capital through education and healthcare expansion, providing employment in the social sector. Reform education, provide vocational training, improve skills and employability through education system reform and vocational or the technical training. Now to conclude, more than 50% of India's population is below the age of 25 and more than 65% is below the age of 35. India's young demography is an asset in an aging world. This clearly presents the case for India to address the jobless growth sector. This is all about the situations or extent of the unemployment in our country, and there is a way forward because India is a young country as compared to the aging population in other parts of the world. Glance to the question, disguised unemployment generally means ये यूपीएससी 2013 में भी आया हुआ है। ये पहला a large number of people remain unemployed. Second, option B, alternative employment is not available. C, the marginal productivity of labor is zero. D, productivity of workers is low. So, that's all about this session. Thank you.